Hello and welcome. Well, in this season, we've got more inventions for you. This time, the compass. We've also got a story familiar to anyone who has grown up in China. Mencius's mother moves 3 times. We also delve into the world of myth and legend with a story of the anger of the Lord of Heaven, who was about to destroy humankind, but was thwarted in his aims both by his compassionate daughter and human ingenuity. Destruction is also the theme of another of our myths, with a rather tragic ending about 9 dragons who are finally killed by the great sage king Shun. Now, we're telling you these myths with a purpose, mind you. They both help to explain important aspects of Chinese culture. We then move to the 19th century to celebrate the life of Lin Zexu and his dramatic seizure of illegally trafficked opium. Finally, we discuss a modern hero, a man who took customer service to new levels. 大家好，欢迎来到第5集。我们会有关于发明的故事，指南针有耳熟能详的孟母的故事。我们也会带你探寻神话传奇，有关于天帝的愤怒的故事。他差一点毁灭了人类文明，但最终危机被天帝女儿和人民所瓦解。还有一个悲伤的故事，那就是与恶龙战斗的舜的故事。这2个神话故事的目的是为了帮助你们理解中国传统文化的来源。之后我们会把时间移到19世纪，来歌颂林则徐以及他禁毒的故事。最后我们会讲一个现代伟大的人物，一个全心全意为顾客服务的人。这是一个关于普通人的简单故事，而不是一个关于勇士、战争英雄、科学家或者发明家、思想家或者哲学家的故事。这就是一个大型百货商店售货员的故事。他的工作很平凡，但是他却竭尽所能做到最好。他的工作是服务顾客，所以他努力思考如何更好地完成这个任务。正如我们将在故事中了解到，他想出了如何最快包装糖果的办法，并且始终为顾客着想。这似乎是一件小事，但是我们想象一下，如果张秉贵用他的娴熟的技巧，在包裹一份糖果的时候，为下一顾客点单，从而让每一个顾客服务时间提前30秒钟左右，那么如果有几个人在排队等候的话，他就会确保最后一个被服务的人的服务时间会提前几分钟。对于一个着急上班或者回家的人来说，这几分钟就意味着很多。让顾客感到愉快可能是一件小事，但是一些积极愉快的互动确实能促进一个人的整体幸福感。可能有些人仍然很好奇，我们为何会讲一个成就如此平凡的人，也可能会想，这个跟我身边一些努力工作、用积极态度影响别人的人没什么区别。不过，这个也是这个故事的重点。我们中极少有人可以获得成为大英雄的机会，极少有人可以出名，极少有人可以变成天才。但是社会进步就在千千万万的普通公民每天把自己的工作做得比昨天好一点。正是普通公民的勤奋和善良，让这个社会健康。从某种程度来说，张秉贵的故事是这本书最重要的故事之一，因为这个故事也可以是你自己的故事。这个故事揭示了每一个人生活都可以变成传奇。当你联想到自己的生活时，就可以思考一下，我的故事会是什么样的呢？现在我们做一些朗诵。 首先，我把这个故事的英文版本诵读一下。Dedication to duty. Zhang Binggui and his unique skill. The Beijing department store is a shopping centre with a long history. In front of its main entrance, there is the bust of a man smiling and looking straight ahead. His eyes shine with warmth and kindness. His name is Zhang Binggui. Zhang was born into the old society and from an early age toiled in retail shops, enduring his fill of hardship. After the founding of New China in 1949, because of his abundant experience in the trade, he was employed in the confectionery section of the Beijing department store, where he worked for over 30 years. Zhang was an ordinary shop assistant, but in his heart, serve the people always had pride of place. Although his was just a lowly post, Zhang was meticulous in his work, giving priority to customer satisfaction. He was at his counter every morning long before the Beijing department store opened for business to give the shelves and their glass panels a thorough dusting and sweep the area around the counter. At work, no matter how many or how few customers there were, Zhang always greeted them with a smile. One customer said that on seeing Zhang's warm attitude, it was as though a spark had been kindled in his heart. After work, when his colleagues had all gone home, Zhang would stay behind practicing the skills of picking out the item immediately and stating the price clearly. The first involved swiftly grasping the amount required by the customer and weighing it on a scale and seldom making a mistake. The second involved an accurate and rapid statement of the price. No matter how much the customer wanted, Zhang Binggui could tell him the price as soon as the words were out of his mouth. Later, he developed a 3-in-1 working method of asking a second customer what he wanted while still wrapping up the purchases of the previous customer and at the same time greeting a third customer. Under his dexterous hands, the 6 operations of choosing the confectionery, weighing it, wrapping it, pricing it, receiving the money and giving change flowed smoothly, like a skilled art. Approaching him, the customers were happy, and they went away satisfied. Zhang Binggui kept this routine up for over 30 years, providing service to customers altogether over 4 million times. He never made a pricing mistake and never received a complaint. On his days off, Zhang never took a rest. Instead, he hurried to the foodstuff factories to check on the characteristics of their confectionery products. To customers with stomach trouble, he would recommend lemon or coffee candy to aid their digestion. To customers with liver trouble, he would recommend fruit candy as a tonic. To one customer who had a hoarse voice, he immediately gave peppermint candy to ease his throat. Not only was Zhang's service impeccable, he was also strict about his appearance. He wore a clean uniform every day and presented a radiant look. He said, "If the person behind the counter presents a neat and nimble appearance, the customer will be pleased and tend to purchase more." This is especially true of us who sell foodstuffs. If we are not scrupulously clean, the customer will lose his appetite, and then who will buy from us? Zhang Binggui's fine reputation spread from one person to another until not only Beijing, but the whole country knew about him. And because of this, customers started flocking to the Beijing department store, not just to buy things, but to see for themselves Zhang's warm and pleasant personality. Later, the sales staffs of department stores all over the country started to learn from Zhang's spirit of dedication to duty, and before long the quality of service improved and a fresh breeze of service to customers blew all over China. In China, there is a saying which goes, "Every profession produces its own experts." The story of Zhang Binggui proves that dedication to duty, if done properly, even at a humble work post, can produce outstanding results. The moral of this story. Traditional Chinese culture recognizes that saints can be produced in everyday life too. Zhang Binggui poured his warm-heartedness into his humble job and put all his thoughts into serving his customers in every way. He showed his caring nature in his simple work, and he himself epitomized the spirit of creating miracles, of serving the people by ordinary dedication to duty. Okay, so let's look at some recitation skills. We'll look at the paragraph where Zhang Binggui shows off his particular skills. We're going to look at how to convey a sense of hurry and quick movement, contrasting with the overall smoothness of the service. 好的，我们来练练朗诵技巧。我们来看看张秉贵展示他的特殊技能的那一段。我们将看看如何传达一种匆忙和快速移动的感觉，与服务的整体流畅性形成对比。让我们来先听一听这篇文章。Under his dexterous hands, the 6 operations of choosing the confectionery, weighing it, wrapping it, pricing it, receiving the money, and giving change flowed smoothly like a skilled art. Approaching him, the customers were happy, and they went away satisfied. Zhang Binggui kept this routine up for over 30 years, providing service to customers altogether over 4 million times. He never made a pricing mistake and never received a complaint. So, in the first part of the first sentence, we will need to emphasize the adjective dexterous. Then we will slowly raise our voice as we list out the different activities he performed. Each verb should be at a higher pitch than the last. 好，那么在第一句话的第一部分，我们需要强调形容词 dexterous， 然后我们来慢慢提高音调，因为我们要列出来它的不同的动作，每一个动词都要比前一个动词更鲜明，而且音调要更高一些。Under his dexterous hands, the 6 operations of choosing the confectionery, weighing it, wrapping it, pricing it, receiving the money, and giving change. As we get to the word change, we should insert a pause. Then when we read the next part of the sentence, our voice should become calm, smooth, and mellifluous. Let's listen to the whole sentence again so you can hear the pause and the change of mood. 当我们读到 change 这个单词的时候，我们应该插入一个停顿，然后当我们读到句子的下部分，我们的声音应该变得很平稳、流畅。让我们再听一遍完整的句子，这样你可以听一听停顿和情绪的变化。Under his dexterous hands, the 6 operations of choosing the confectionery, weighing it, wrapping it, pricing it, receiving the money, and giving change flowed smoothly like a skilled art. In the second last sentence of the passage, 2 very high and impressive numbers are mentioned, 30 years and 4 million customers. Now, to increase the dramatic effect of those 2 figures, we should pause between each one. 在倒数第2句话中提到了2个非常大而令人印象深刻的数字 30 years 和4 million customers。为了增加这2个数字的戏剧性效果，我们应该在每个数字前停顿一下，我们来听一听。张秉贵 kept this routine up for over 30 years, providing service to customers altogether over 4 million times. Okay, let's listen to the whole passage again. 我们现在再来听一听整个段落。Under his dexterous hands, the 6 operations of choosing the confectionery, weighing it, wrapping it, pricing it, receiving the money, and giving change flowed smoothly like a skilled art. Approaching him, the customers were happy, and they went away satisfied. Zhang Binggui kept this routine up for over 30 years, providing service to customers altogether over 4 million times. He never made a pricing mistake and never received a complaint. 好的，今天的课就讲到这里了，欢迎大家再次收看。